Ciao, buongiorno a tutti ragazzi, un saluto di Inter worldwide, surrounded by some gorgeous people. Bruno, to my right, what's going on?
Not bad, man. Good night, good scotch,
Beautiful.
good people.
And Jono making another appearance, bro. Bang, 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 just like Lukaku, bro. Every game, every video.
Hey, why not, eh?
No Lukaku for Parma, and that's what we're here to talk about, man. Parma, 3 points that has to happen for a team that wants to win the Scudetto, because Parma suck more than they've sucked in previous seasons. Still got some okay players, but this season they are horrible on all fronts. They played Spezia last week. I saw extended highlights. They should have lost. The only reason they didn't lose is because they got a penalty.
Yeah.
Jono, we can start with you tonight, man. What are your initial thoughts heading into Parma, bro?
Look, the only thing that worries me about this game on the weekend is just our dip in form. We can see from the Champions League game this week, we struggled in front of goal. We had the opportunities, but we just could not put the ball in the net. Again, the team looked good on paper. We didn't play that bad, in all seriousness. We had a couple of things not go our way.
Conte would have had the shits at the end, man.
100%.
Because he played it fine.
Yeah, and you know what? This is one that I actually could not put to Conte in regards to tactics.
No.
The players just did not step up like they should have. Again, against Parma on the weekend, I'm not sure how we're going to go because, like we have just spoken just before, Parma's one of those teams, man. They're not an easy team for us. We've had troubles with them
It's
in
the
the
Serie A.
past.
I don't think there's any easy teams.
No, so look, who knows what's going to happen this weekend? In theory, yes, the way that they're going this year, we should win. We should be looking into all of these games this year, and we should be winning with the squad that we have on paper.
100.
But the game is not won on paper, is it?
No,
Not on the
it's
field.
really not.
So,
Bruno, what do you reckon, bro?
Look-
Confident?
No.
If Bruno's
No.
not confident, I
So-
usually get worried.
Yeah, look, I'm the realist here, right? Two frightening things. This time last year, minus a couple of days, we drew with Parma, 1-1. And it was
Yeah.
interesting because
No, it was 2-2.
2-2, sorry,
2-2.
2-2. But it was also interesting because it was Inter's chance to capitalise because Juventus drew
I
with
remember
Lecce.
that.
Yeah.
We scored first,
Yeah.
and then within 5 minutes, Gervinho and
Yes.
Caramo,
Yeah.
and I'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah, no, look, I'll never forget that game because my wife was in labour and I was watching the game.
Of course you were.
I copped a bruised eye, but look, nothing's there. But the second thing is Inter's coming off a draw in the Champions League, whereas Parma's coming off a win. They played yesterday. It's currently Friday.
in the Coppa or
Yeah,
something?
they beat
Yeah.
Pescara 3-1.
And
now,
guess who scored 2 goals? Caramo.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that.
it's about to go to that, but still my thunder, man. But in saying that, it might not have been a great win, but at the same, like they might have been playing no one, but at the same time, momentum is another form of adrenaline, and the fact that they got the win is something special to them. Now they've done nothing special in the Serie A this season. They've got the one win against Hellas, but looking forward, I cannot see the hurdle being us getting points from Parma. The hurdle is us taking the full 3 points. We saw how Shakhtar were with Inter, 11 men in the box,
Yeah.
and Inter had their chances. By God, they had their chances, but they just could not capitalize. And you know what? The one saving grace I would have loved to have seen on the pitch is Lukaku, but we're going to probably have to settle for Martinez, who is very much out of form.
Yeah.
He chucked the Gagliardini, and I'm not going to go into that. But and we're going to have probably Pinamonti playing.
Which I'm fine with. I think these are the kind of games that we bought him back for, and I actually think he's done a few good things on the pitch since he's come back. I do think that, Inter's a little bit unpredictable with their team news. You see how Lukaku was announced by the club on the spot.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if Alexis Sanchez is just all of a sudden magically fit come Saturday night Australian time
But
and we wake up and
do
he's in the
you
matchday
want
squad.
Alexis Sanchez against Parma, or do
No.
you want him against Real Madrid?
No, but we need a backup forward on the bench no matter what. Maybe that's why Perisic won't start and he'll be on the bench just in case worse comes to worse. Then you need
Eriksen
to play him
even.
as a second striker or Eriksen.
Is this the game we're going to see a change in formation?
Possibly.
Because our formation is structured around Lukaku, right?
It is.
Is this the game where we're going to see that
One
change
striker up
that
top.
everyone's looking for when it comes to Conte? Is Conte going to go back to his Chelsea day and have the 3-4-3?
Nah, I reckon he goes more like a 4-5 or like a 3-5-1-1.
But hold on, everyone just hold your horses. We know that fucking as much as everyone's been wanting it, well, there is no way he's ever going to go back to a 4-man back.
Nah, no way.
So,
my biggest fear. See, the thing is, Parma's one of the worst sides in Serie A this season.
Yes.
There's actually stand a legit chance of being relegated, but they're that kind of team where Caramo's going to have the game of the season. I'm sure we all remember Federico De Marco's amazing strike 2 seasons ago, where he just basically left foot pings it from 27 yards out on an angle of about 67 degrees into the top corner. He'll never score a tap-in again in his life, let alone a goal like that. And he did it against Inter. Jedvinho's going to somehow burn our centre-backs for pace.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, Parma's going to sit deep and they will attack quickly. But I do think they are so poor that we will get over the line. Let's talk a little bit about team news and stuff quickly, though. And rather than say who we think's going to start, let's talk about who we know is going to be rested or who's missing. So, Lukaku's out.
Yep.
We already know Arturo Vidal is 99% pretty much certain to rest this game.
Yep.
He cannot keep playing minutes. Conte has burnt him out a little bit already. We can see how he drops off a lot in the back end of the game if he has to play the full 90. He will rest this week because he's a go-to for Madrid. I hope Barella starts. I think Barella starts. Jono, what do you go, Bruno?
Look, sorry, in regards to Barella, and disagree with me if you must, but I feel that I like the approach he took in the last fixture we played, where he brought Barella on when he really needed him.
I agree.
I just feel without injuries, the way they are, the constant games, and you got to remember Barella's going to be going off in a week's time to play for the Italian team.
There's another international break.
Yes,
After
after
the Champions League?
after the next
Such a
Madrid
good
game.
idea. Such a
It's
good
fantastic. It's pointless, but that's another video we're gonna cover.
Stupid.
But I think use Barella if need be. I believe Gagliardini may be coming back. I'd love to see him get some
Ashley
minutes.
Young too will probably start, I reckon.
Yeah, so we've got and Nangeland's there. You know, we've
That's
got.
what I was gonna say. How you could start Nangeland. You could start Nangeland in this
I
game.
was going to say that.
Or Gagliardini. Either one of the two could play the
But-
role that Vidal has been playing.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I think we're not spoilt for choice in the midfield.
We've got some numbers, bro.
Defensively,
Does Damian come in?
Oh,
as centre-back?
defensively we're fine because Stefan de Vrij is fit. He's the best centre back in the league, and we're about to renew his contract. Bastoni is pretty much the next captain, or I don't know. He's the closest thing to Zanetti we've seen so far. I love him. I talked about him heaps on the podcast that I just finished. So with Bastoni and de Vrij in the centre back this weekend, I feel very safe. So let Danilo D'Ambrosio have the other spot if he wants.
Oh, wait,
Damian.
hold on. Skriniar didn't come in this week at all.
He's still COVID positive, believe it or not.
Easy.
Yeah, and he has to
Wow.
self-isolate from his kid now. I think that's I don't know if he's positive. I think he's still in isolation. Maybe I
Okay.
shouldn't have said that.
so
Okay.
so Italy have reduced the isolation period from 14 days to 10 days. So that could be a factor in this. But at the same time, even if Skriniar is available,
He won't
we're
play.
about to face the current Spanish champions
Yeah.
in Real Madrid, who have not been performing well, but at the same time, they're Real Madrid.
Yes.
So do you want to go all three players guns blazing into the game?
No.
Or do you want to put Kolarov instead of Bastoni? Do you want to put
I hope
Damian
not.
or
Nah,
D'Ambrosio?
nah.
But there's a million options for us.
There are. So Kolarov could even make a start at left wing back, but I think it'll be Ashley Young. I think Hakimi does start, even though it would be nice to rest him a little bit. So, but Darmian, I wouldn't be opposed to him playing again because he has been well so far.
So who's the three in the middle?
The three in the middle, in my opinion, I'm going to say Brozovic.
As in in a defensive and then two centers? Like go back to his proper 3-5-2?
I think Brozovic, I think he'll play him as a regista.
Yeah.
Like as a deep kind of playmaking player. And I think Barella will start in more of that box-to-box role that Vidal has been doing week in, week out.
Yep.
This is also a perfect time if you had a fit Stefano Sensi, if you didn't want to play Christian Eriksen at attacking mid. That is also another video, or another 30 videos, depending on how many times he gets injured this season. But I think Eriksen will play again against Parma, and to be honest, against a team like Parma that's sitting deep, how can you not play Christian Eriksen, one of the best unlocking midfielders of the last maybe 5 years? Just Eriksen, maybe just put in a little bit more effort, yeah? Because right now it's getting really hard to love you.
Yeah.
It's getting tough, Cuzzy. 12 minutes against, what's it called, against Shakhtar, and he's playing safe passes that Vecino could play.
Yeah, but at
100%.
the same time, I feel his confidence has has depleted. We saw what he was like for Denmark in the Danish national team.
Bit of an elusive goal when you score it in the 94th.
Doesn't matter. He still scored a goal,
True,
right?
true.
And I feel that rather than get dropped by Conte, he's gone for the 100% pass, where it's going to be a successful pass 100% of the time. I feel he's got to start trying the 20%, the 0% passes.
Yeah, because that's
And
what,
if
that's
you
what he was known
fluke
for.
one,
That's
if
what
you
he was known for.
Yeah.
He's got to put that chance where it's a clear one-on-one with the
That's
keeper.
what he's there for.
But
bro.
the
Take
question
risks,
is-
take
But he
risks.
hasn't done it. That's his problem.
The question is, but the team, and I said it earlier, the team's been based around Lukaku.
Yeah.
What is the team's approach? Because it is normally past to Lukaku, he gets past his defender, we work it from there. Now you've got an out of form Martinez, right? An out of form Eriksen, an out of form Inter.
Yeah.
This is the game that can kickstart the campaign.
It really should have been Genoa, considering how we whooped them in recent seasons, but that's okay. It can be this one.
We got 2 goals.
Let's do it. So let's do a nice little prediction before we wrap this up. Jono, you first. Unlucky.
Well, do you know what, man? After my prediction last week for the Champions League, when I thought 3-1, mate, wasn't I way off?
I
for
said
that
1-0, mate, and you laughed at me.
I'm not confident for this one, so I reckon it's going to be a 1-0. You know what? It wouldn't even surprise me if it's a 1-1.
Oh, the anti-jinx. I invented the anti-jinx. Anyway, Bruno.
3-0.
3-0,
Inter,
nice.
Pinamonti, Brozovic, and potentially, and I'm going to say potentially, but it's more than likely a D'Ambrosio header.
Most likely. I actually had this thought today, and I'm going to stick with it, even though I'm not 100% behind it. I think we win 3-0 as well. I'm going to say Lautaro scores a hat-trick.
Oof.
And
Wouldn't
save-
that be nice?
Because I really thought that Shakhtar he was going to score, and he was giving 100%.
He was.
It's, bruv, your product ain't there, bro. So prove it to me. You could score a hat-trick against Parma. You can. Do it. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. We will speak soon. Forza Inter. Ciao.
Into a wide.